Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me for this podcast about I'm turning 65. Do I have to sign up for Medicare on my 65th birthday? Everybody thinks that they must sign up for Medicare. You do not have to sign up for Medicare. If you have credible coverage to Medicare, you can sign up at a later time. If you have 20 employees in an employer plan that you or your spouse work for, you are required to sign up for Medicare. You must sign up for Part A and sign up for Part B at that time. You can remain in the employer plan if you must remain in the employer plan to cover a spouse or children, but otherwise you need to sign up for Part A and Part B. If you do not sign up for Part A and Part B in your initial enrollment period, which is the month of your birthday, 3 months before and 3 months after, you may receive a penalty for your Part B and your Part D. And then you can only sign up during the annual enrollment period between January 1st and March 31st. Or if you have a special enrollment to go at another time. But you must sign up if we have under 20 employees. Remember that. That is not considered credible coverage, and that's when you would sign up. If you have an employer who has more than 20 employees, you cannot sign up at Medicare on your 65th birthday. You can sign up at a later time. But remember, it depends on what your employer has as to what you would sign up. If you have an HSA account, that's a health savings account through your employer, then you would sign up for Part A and you would turn down Part B, because if you have Part A in place, it will affect your health savings account. So do not apply at that time. At that time, still do an analysis to see, should I go into Medicare at this time, or does my employer have better coverage than Medicare has to offer? If you do not have a health savings account, then you will consider going into Medicare again, seeing if my employer has better coverage or if Medicare does. If my employer has better coverage, I will take Part A at this time, sign up for Part A, and I will turn down Part B until I'm ready to go into Medicare, whether I retire or my coverage is better at a later date. So once you decide what you're going to do, I'm going to take Part A. People do not pay for Part A. If you or your spouse have worked 40 quarters, you're entitled to Part A, and it will be no cost. This will be extra coverage for the hospital, just the building, not anything that goes on in the building, just the building. So please remember, a lot of people forget when they take that coverage to give out the Medicare card when they do go to the hospital, so that coverage would be covered. Then if you decide to stay in the plan and not go into Medicare and we're ready to retire, or it's time to retire, we start the process. We tell people reach out about 3 months before you're ready to retire, and that's when we start the process. You will need to fill out 2 different forms from CMS for Medicare. The CMS, which is the 40B, that's enrolling in Part B, and then the CMS L564, that's the form your employer will fill out and prove to the government that you've had credible coverage this entire time you chose to go into Medicare. And remember one thing, if you had more than one job, from when you turn 65 to whenever you're going in, both jobs have to fill it out, because you can't have a gap or you will receive a penalty. And this proves to the government you've had credible coverage this entire time. And then after that, you will submit the forms to Social Security. When we're looking for those forms, they are on the Social Security site, ssa.gov, or we have the forms on our website, www.sr-healthplan.com. Hit our resource tab. Once you're on there, scroll down, you'll see the forms. You can print them and submit them to Social Security. Once we have submitted them to Social Security, we will contact Social Security and see if how they're moving along. You can go online and you can go to your account, create an account if you do not have one at ssa.gov, and you can see how it goes in the process. While we are waiting for them, we will look up plans and assist you as to seeing what's best to go with your Medicare. Also, if you have VA coverage, you do not have to go into Medicare, because VA coverage is considered credible coverage, but we do recommend taking Part A and Part B, because you never know if you need Medicare at a later date, and you may receive a penalty if you do not go in. So we assist people in finding out what plans are best to go with their Medicare, and we'll look up and see what's the best options for you, whether it's supplemental, Advantage plan, drug plans. We'll see what's the best option. We will go through the process with you. Once Medicare has given you your new ID, we will fill out the forms for you, help you go into the plan that you're going in. All you have to do is sign the forms and we will submit them. And then once you will get your cards in about 7 to 10 business days after we submit the forms to Medicare and CMS has approved you. After they have approved you, we will be there a phone call away anytime you need any help and any guidance. If anybody has any questions on signing up for Medicare, or when I need to sign up, what do I need to do, you can always reach out. Please give us a call at the office, or you can contact us via email. Thank you for joining me this morning, and I look forward to seeing you next podcast on Monday, September 15th, on the third Monday of the month, and the topic will be the prescription payment plan through Medicare, and that is a new program that Medicare has to offer. So please join me. It tells you how to get assistance when you have high cost for your medications. Thank you. See you next time. Have a wonderful day.